Hi, my name is Georgia, and yes, I'm that friend who tells men the truth about women even when it hurts a little. Welcome, gentlemen. Today we're diving into a topic that makes most guys scratch their heads, pace around their rooms, and maybe even cry into their cereal: how to make a woman miss you, even if she isn't interested. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, Amanda, that sounds impossible, hear me out. I'm not talking about magic spells, TikTok tricks, or posting vague, mysterious quotes on Instagram. I'm talking about real psychology, real behavior, and yes, real results if you do it right. Let's be honest, most men go about this completely backwards. They chase, beg, overtext, overexplain, and turn themselves into emotional human yo-yos. Newsflash, that does not make her miss you. That makes her block you. Or worse, ignore your calls while secretly enjoying the popcorn from watching your emotional meltdown. In this video, I'm going to break it down for you in a way that's practical, direct, and yes, funny. Because dating doesn't have to feel like solving a calculus problem blindfolded. You're going to learn how to plant the seeds of curiosity, create emotional tension, and make her think about you without begging or chasing. And here's the deal. This works best if you actually live your life. Don't sit around texting her 3 times an hour, staring at your phone, waiting for a seen reply. Your life has to have value, energy, and humor. Because the second she realizes that your world spins, even without her, suddenly she's thinking about you when she didn't even realize it before. So here's what I want you to do while you watch. Hit that subscribe button if you want more straight-up relationship advice that actually works. Leave a comment below sharing your experience. Have you ever wanted someone to miss you but didn't know how to handle it? I read every single comment, and sometimes, yes, I roast a little, but only in the funniest, most helpful way possible. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear roadmap. You'll understand the psychological triggers that create longing, and you'll know how to use space, humor, confidence, and unpredictability to make her miss you, even if she's not initially interested. So grab your coffee, take a deep breath, and let's dive in. By the end, you'll be thinking differently about attraction, presence, and absence. Trust me, gentlemen, this is a video you don't want to skip. Now let's move into the first strategy. 1. Stop chasing, start living. The first and most important step to make a woman miss you, even if she isn't interested, is to stop chasing her. I know. Your instinct says, Amanda, I have to text her, call her, show her I care. But guess what? That instinct is exactly what kills any chance of attraction before it even starts. Here's the truth. Chasing signals neediness. Neediness signals low value. Low value signals, well, nothing you want. When a woman isn't initially interested, chasing will push her further away, fast. It's like running toward a cat holding a cucumber. She's going to jump and you're going to look silly. Instead, shift your focus. Stop obsessing over her responses. Stop overanalyzing her every emoji. Stop scheduling your life around her availability. Start living your life fully. Go out with friends. Pursue your hobbies. Work on your goals. Develop skills. Travel. Laugh. Post about your life, but not to impress her. Because your life is actually impressive now, and she's going to notice. Why does this work? Because absence creates curiosity. When you step back, you're giving her a chance to realize what she's missing. Suddenly, she starts thinking, huh? He's not texting me constantly. He seems busy, confident. Maybe I do want him around. That's the spark of desire, the first step toward her missing you. Here's where humor comes into play. Instead of panicking when she doesn't reply immediately, imagine she's on the other end of your texts, seeing a calm, confident man who doesn't need her validation. You can even make fun of the situation lightly. Wow, she's really making me work for this one. Maybe I'll add her to my list of achievements. Humor keeps you light, attractive, and in control. Panic, anger, or desperation does the opposite. Another key point, your energy must match your absence. Don't go completely silent and act bitter. Stay present in your life in a positive way. Post a funny story, share your experiences with friends, do things that make your energy contagious. When she sees that you are thriving without her, she can't help but notice your value. Finally, consistency is king. If you're always disappearing for a week, then blowing up her phone, that's chaos. You want her to notice a steady, confident energy, not a roller coaster. Steady presence in your own life makes her curiosity grow naturally without you having to chase, beg, or plead. So remember this: stop chasing, start living. Let her feel your absence without making it feel like punishment. Give her a glimpse of the man she could have, but only if she notices you first. When you shift from chasing to thriving, you create the foundation for her to start actually missing you, even if she wasn't interested at first. This is the first key strategy in making a woman think about you, feel intrigue, and develop curiosity, all without begging or over-texting. Confidence, life fulfillment, and humor are your secret weapons. When you're ready, we'll move into the second strategy, the power of unpredictability. 2. The power of unpredictability. Here's a tactic most men completely overlook: being a little unpredictable. And no, I don't mean playing mind games or being manipulative. I mean creating small sparks of curiosity that make a woman notice you, think about you, and yes, even miss you. Think about human nature for a second. People are wired to pay attention to things that are not fully predictable. When someone behaves the same way all the time, texting instantly, always agreeing, always available, they become predictable. And predictable is boring. Predictable doesn't linger in her mind. Predictable doesn't create that itch. I wonder what he's doing right now. So how do you use unpredictability effectively? First, don't always respond instantly. If she texts you at 8 p.m., you don't have to reply in 5 seconds. Take a little time, live your life, and respond thoughtfully. Not hours later, just enough that she notices you aren't glued to your phone. This small delay makes her brain think, he's not obsessed with me. He has a life. Interesting. Second, surprise her occasionally, but lightly. Send a funny meme at a random time, not every day. Share something interesting about your day that isn't staged to impress her. Post about a hobby or activity you love so she sees your energy, your humor, your life outside of her. You're creating mystery through authenticity, not through manipulation. Third, be playful with your communication. Don't over-text, don't over-explain, but sprinkle in humor, teasing, or small challenges. For example, if she says something like, "I'm tired today," you could reply, "So you're going to let me win the award for most fun guy while you nap?" It's light, funny, and creates interaction without pressure. Unpredictable energy keeps her engaged mentally, and mentally engaged women start thinking about you even when you're not there. Now, here's the most important part. Balance unpredictability with consistency. You don't want to disappear for a week and then flood her with attention. That's chaos. The unpredictability should be subtle, fun, and confident. It's a way of saying, I'm living my life, I'm playful, I'm fun, and I'm not needy. Why this works psychologically. Women notice men who are confident, self-contained, and dynamic. When your energy fluctuates in small, positive ways, it creates a sense of intrigue. She starts thinking about you without realizing it. She starts noticing the little things she enjoys about your presence and your humor. And this is exactly how you begin to make her miss you, even if she wasn't initially interested. Finally, keep it real. Unpredictability doesn't mean being rude, ghosting her, or creating drama. It's about adding spice to your presence, showing your independence, and keeping life interesting. The goal is curiosity, not stress. So in short, unpredictability is your secret weapon. Combine it with humor, confidence, and independence, and suddenly your absence isn't empty. It's noticeable. Suddenly, she's thinking about you more than she ever did before. Next, we'll dive into the third strategy, the art of strategic absence, which is where things get really powerful. 3. The art of strategic absence. Now we're getting into one of the most powerful tools in your arsenal, strategic absence. If you've ever wondered why women notice a man more when he's not around, this is exactly why. The trick isn't to disappear completely. It's to create space while maintaining value. Here's the problem most men make. They assume that constant attention equals attraction, so they text every day, call too often, and show up at every possible opportunity. Meanwhile, she slowly stops noticing you because you're always there. Your presence becomes ordinary. Ordinary is forgettable, and forgettable doesn't create longing. Strategic absence is different. It's purposeful. You step back in a controlled way that allows her to feel your presence in her mind, even when you're not physically there. For example, if you've been texting a lot, take a small pause, focus on your hobbies, hang out with friends, or pursue something meaningful. You're not punishing her. You're building your own life. And guess what? When you're living fully, she notices, even subconsciously, that you're not waiting around, and that makes you more attractive. Timing is key. You don't vanish for weeks or ignore her completely. That's called ghosting, and it rarely works. Instead, create small periods of absence where she begins to realize your attention is valuable. She starts thinking, why isn't he around as much? What's he doing? Curiosity is born. Curiosity becomes intrigue, and intrigue is the first step toward missing someone. Another element of strategic absence is emotional distance. You don't need to share every detail of your day or vent about your problems. Keep your energy calm, positive, and confident. When she sees you handling life without relying on her for validation, it signals stability and independence, qualities that naturally draw her in. Humor is critical here too. Use playful energy to keep the interaction light. For instance, if she notices your absence and comments, you might reply, "Oh, you missed me already? I was just out conquering the world." It's fun, confident, and non-needy. You're planting a seed that makes her think about you without begging for attention. Strategic absence also works because it taps into human psychology. People value what they can't always have. When you're always available, your presence loses its weight. When you're selectively present, she begins to notice the little things about you she might have ignored before: your humor, confidence, or charm. Finally, combine strategic absence with consistency. You're not cold, mean, or distant for no reason. You're purposeful. You're living your life while giving her the chance to miss your energy, your humor, and your value. When done correctly, this tactic doesn't just create longing, it strengthens her attraction. Remember, the goal here isn't manipulation. It's about being a high-value man who is independent, confident, and engaging, and letting your absence make her notice what she's been missing. Next, we'll move into the fourth strategy, creating emotional imprints, which is where your influence really lingers in her mind. 4. Creating emotional imprints. Now we're talking about the real secret sauce, emotional imprints. This is what makes a woman think about you long after you've left, even if she wasn't initially interested. You want to leave small, unforgettable marks on her mind, moments that she remembers, smiles at, and eventually starts missing. An emotional imprint isn't about grand gestures or expensive gifts. It's about creating memorable experiences that trigger feelings. Humor, confidence, unexpected kindness, or even playful teasing, all of these can stick in her memory. For example, maybe you made her laugh so hard she snorted, or you gave a compliment that felt genuine, not forced, or you shared a story about your life that was intriguing and different from anyone else she knows. Moments like these create small mental hooks that stay with her. Why does this work? Humans are emotional creatures. Facts fade, but feelings linger. If you can make her feel something, fun, excitement, curiosity, or even mild challenge, she'll unconsciously replay those moments in her head. And when she does, she starts thinking about you without realizing it. That's how you create longing. Here's how to do it effectively. First, be intentional about your energy. Bring your best self forward. Funny, confident, calm, and engaging. Avoid over-explaining or trying too hard to impress. The goal is not perfection, it's impact. Small, authentic moments are more memorable than big over-the-top gestures. Second, use humor strategically. Humor is one of the fastest ways to create emotional imprints. A well-timed joke, playful tease, or witty observation makes you enjoyable to be around, and enjoyable people stick in memory. For instance, if she complains about being tired, a playful response like, "Careful, I might have to hire you as my personal nap consultant," creates a funny, light moment she'll remember later. Third, be unpredictable in positive ways. Emotional imprints are stronger when there's a little novelty. If every interaction is routine, there's nothing to remember. Do something small but different, a spontaneous text with a funny GIF, an interesting story, or sharing something unique about your day. The unexpectedness makes her mind pause and think, "That's different. I like that." Fourth, create small moments of connection. Listen actively when she talks, respond thoughtfully, and share genuine reactions. Even brief moments of deep or meaningful conversation can leave lasting impressions. Emotional imprints don't require hours of interaction. They require quality, not quantity. Finally, combine emotional imprints with absence. If she experiences a memorable moment with you and then you give her space, those moments echo in her mind. She begins replaying the fun, intriguing, or meaningful experiences, and that creates natural longing. So remember, your goal is to leave her with feelings she associates with you: laughter, curiosity, excitement, or even a little mystery. These imprints stick, making her think of you more often, even if she wasn't initially interested. Next, we'll move into the fifth strategy, the power of value demonstration, where you make her notice what she's missing without saying a word. 5. The power of value demonstration. Here's a strategy most men completely overlook: showing your value without bragging, begging, or chasing. If you want a woman to miss you, even if she isn't interested, she needs to see that your life has worth, energy, and excitement independent of her. This isn't arrogance, it's attraction psychology in action. First, let's define what value really means. It's not just money, muscles, or material things. Value is confidence, independence, ambition, humor, and the ability to live a full life. When a woman sees that you're thriving on your own, it naturally triggers curiosity and desire. She begins to think, why isn't he around more? What's he up to? Why do I care? That's when she starts missing you. How do you demonstrate value effectively? Start with your daily life. Be present in your hobbies, friendships, and goals. Post stories or photos that reflect who you are, your humor, your skills, your accomplishments. But don't overdo it. The subtlety is key. You want her to notice, not feel pressured. For example, if you love hiking, post a funny selfie at the top of a mountain with a caption that shows confidence and humor, not desperation for attention. Second, set boundaries and standards. Value is also shown through your behavior. If she cancels plans last minute, don't grovel or beg. Just respond calmly and live your life. Boundaries show self-respect, and self-respect is magnetic. Women notice men who have standards because it signals they know their worth. Third, be reliable in small ways, but unpredictable in exciting ways. Reliability creates trust. Excitement creates curiosity. If you're dependable yet still maintain a sense of mystery and fun, she will naturally start replaying her interactions with you in her mind. She begins to notice the contrast. Other guys may chase or overcompensate, but you are confident, grounded, and interesting. Humor also strengthens your value demonstration. Playfulness shows emotional intelligence, wit, and charm. A well-timed joke, a playful tease, or a funny observation makes her feel good around you, and when someone makes us feel good, we naturally miss them when they're gone. Another subtle yet powerful tactic is showing your social proof. Without showing off, let her see that people enjoy being around you. Whether it's friends, colleagues, or even casual acquaintances, social interactions signal that you are liked and respected. This naturally increases your value in her mind. Finally, combine value demonstration with strategic absence. She experiences glimpses of your life, sees your confidence and humor, and then you step back. That combination makes your absence noticeable. She starts thinking about the moments she enjoyed, the laughs, the energy you bring, and that's how longing builds, even if she wasn't initially interested. Remember, the key here is subtlety, authenticity, and consistency. Don't overdo it. Don't chase attention. Just live your life fully, confidently, and with humor. Let your value shine naturally, and she will begin to miss you without you doing a single desperate thing. Next, we'll move into the sixth strategy, creating curiosity through mystery, which is where intrigue really starts to take hold. 6. Creating curiosity through mystery. Now we're entering a zone that many men completely ignore. Mystery. And no, I don't mean being cold, secretive, or manipulative. I mean creating a little intrigue that makes her mind linger on you even when you're not around. Curiosity is one of the most powerful tools in attraction, especially with women who aren't initially interested. Here's the reality. People are naturally drawn to things they don't fully understand. If everything about you is predictable, she doesn't need to think about you. But when you leave small gaps in information or behavior, she starts wondering, replaying your interactions, and asking herself questions about you. That's when missing you begins. For example, when texting or talking, don't reveal everything at once. Share interesting parts of your life without over-explaining. Leave some details for her to ask about later. If she asks, respond briefly and let her curiosity lead to more questions. Small mysteries make her mentally invest in you. Another way to build intrigue is through storytelling. Share stories about experiences, adventures, or challenges in a way that highlights your personality without oversharing. For instance, talk about that hilarious thing that happened while you tried a new hobby, but don't reveal every punchline immediately. A little pause or cliffhanger leaves her anticipating the next interaction with you. Physical presence can also be mysterious. If you meet in person, don't be overbearing or clingy. Keep your energy playful, confident, and self-contained. Subtle touches, confident body language, and calm energy make women remember you more vividly than if you constantly hover. Mystery is not about being cold. It's about being self-contained and engaging simultaneously. Humor is a perfect complement here. A well-placed joke, playful tease, or sarcastic comment leaves her smiling, thinking, and replaying your words long after the conversation ends. Laughter combined with slight unpredictability creates mental imprints, making her more likely to miss your presence. Social proof also feeds curiosity. Let her notice your friendships, group activities, or social achievements. When she sees that your life is full, interesting, and independent, she will wonder, what's he doing? Why isn't he texting me right now? That intrigue subtly increases her mental and emotional investment. Finally, remember balance. Mystery isn't about disappearing for days or ignoring her completely. That's ghosting. Mystery is about selective sharing, subtle unpredictability, and living a full, confident life. When combined with humor, emotional imprints, and strategic absence, this creates natural curiosity that keeps her thinking about you. In short, mystery is a magnet. It makes women replay your moments in their head, wonder about your life, and, without you chasing, start to miss your energy, humor, and presence. Next, we'll move into the seventh and final strategy, building emotional association, which ensures that the feelings she experiences with you stick long-term. 7. Building emotional association. Here's the final and perhaps most powerful strategy, building emotional association. This is what makes a woman remember you fondly and miss you long after you've left, even if she wasn't interested at first. Emotional association is about linking positive feelings, excitement, and comfort to your presence so that her brain naturally wants more. Humans remember feelings far better than facts. If you can make her laugh, feel excited, intrigued, or even safe and understood, she will replay those moments in her mind when you're not around. Those feelings create a pull that no amount of chasing can manufacture. The goal is to make her associate you with good experiences. So, how do you do this? First, focus on the emotional energy you bring. Are you playful, confident, and humorous? Do you listen and respond thoughtfully? Do you make her feel alive, energized, or understood? Even small gestures like remembering something she mentioned or joking about a shared moment can build a strong emotional connection that sticks. Second, mix excitement with calm stability. Women are drawn to men who can make them feel both fun and safe. For instance, a spontaneous outing, a playful tease, or a witty remark creates excitement. Calm confidence and emotional steadiness make her feel secure. When these experiences are paired, she begins to crave your energy, and when you're absent, she starts to miss it. Third, create inside jokes and shared experiences. Even small, memorable moments, like a funny story, a nickname, or a unique reaction to a situation, become mental bookmarks. Every time she remembers that moment, she associates it with you. The brain loves patterns and connections. So, the stronger the emotional association, the more she will unconsciously seek you out. Fourth, use subtle unpredictability. Don't reveal every detail about your day or your personality. Keep her curious about your next interaction. This combination of positive emotion and curiosity is magnetic. She starts thinking, I wonder what he's doing now, or he's so fun to be around, I want to see him again. Finally, pair absence with emotional impact. Every time she experiences positive energy with you and then you step back, it gives her mind time to process and miss those feelings. The absence makes the emotional association more potent. She starts to replay memories, laugh at your jokes, and remember the way you made her feel, even if she wasn't initially interested. A key point: emotional association is built subtly over time, not forced in one day. Don't overwhelm her with attention, grand gestures, or desperate acts. Focus on quality interactions, memorable energy, and consistent confidence. That's what creates deep mental hooks. Humor, curiosity, confidence, and presence all tie into this. The stronger your emotional impact during interactions, the more your absence becomes noticeable, and the more she starts to miss your unique energy. This is the final piece of the puzzle. Combine emotional imprints, strategic absence, unpredictability, value demonstration, and humor, and you have a formula that makes a woman think about you, remember you, and even start to miss you, regardless of initial interest. Next, we'll wrap it up with a short conclusion that ties everything together. All right, gentlemen, here's the takeaway. Making a woman miss you, even if she wasn't interested at first, is about confidence, humor, unpredictability, emotional impact, and living a full life. Stop chasing, create curiosity, leave emotional imprints, and let your absence work in your favor. These strategies aren't tricks. They're ways to make your presence memorable and your energy magnetic. If you put them into practice, she will start thinking about you, wondering what you're up to, and yes, missing you. Don't forget to subscribe for more real dating advice and drop a comment below sharing your experience or your biggest challenge with attraction.